All right. So, hey everybody, welcome to the Cheap Seats Armchair Quarterbacks. This is just a quick 10-minute show where we do our picks for Week 2 of the 2021 NFL season. With me is Brad, and here I am in Miami. So, guys, we're going to do our picks real quick. I know the Thursday night game is going on right now, but before it's over, I think it's okay to go ahead and make our picks. So let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's game. We got the Giants over at Washington football team, former Redskins. That game kicked off at it looked like it kicked off at 8:20. So how are we looking right now, Brad? What do you think? What do you think about this game?
Even though we're underway here, they got 7 points on the board for New York. I think ultimately the defensive line for the Washington football team is going to wear them out. They just need a little bit of game management from Taylor Heineke to bring him to the victory.
All right. So you're going with the Giants. All right. Brian. No, I'm sorry. He's going Washington. My bad.
The
Sorry.
WFT Washington football team.
That Washington football team. All right. So Brad's got Washington football team up on the board right now. Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is at the end of the week, I'll tally it up for a win. If your team wins, you get 2 points. 0 points for a loss and 1 for a tie. We'll just tally it up at the end of the season, and then we'll see who wins. No tiebreakers. We're just having fun with this. Brian, who do you got for tonight?
Well, how can I go against quarterback who's one letter shy of the name of Heineken? I am going to take the Washington football team as well.
All right.
Of the 7-0 score.
Okay, so Brian is going to go with the Washington football team. And Jason, I really don't have much of a dog in this fight, and that's okay. I think Washington wins as well, simply because I didn't really see a whole lot of the Giants last week that impressed me. It's still early in the game, but I'm going that way too. But you know me, I usually like to go against the grain, but it's a little difficult for me to go against this team right now. All right, so all three of us are in for Washington. So, starting on Sunday, we got the Saints at Carolina. The Panthers. Okay, this may be across the board. Brian, what do you think?
When the Saints go marching in. When the Saints go marching in. I'm taking the Saints.
All right, Brian's got
the gumbo.
Brian's got the Saints and Chinese Winston. Brad, who do you got? Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. Hold on, I got it.
You got it. You'll fix it.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you do that?
I have Saints by utter destruction, demolition, embarrassment, all the words that I can think of to describe how bad this game is going to be for the Panthers.
And you know what? I have to concur. I do not see Carolina coming out of this alive. So, I mean, just what New Orleans demonstrated last week and the efficiency on both offense and defense, and not to mention special teams, they are a complete football team right now. I'm going Saints as well. So that's a unanimous Washington football team and New Orleans. All right, next up is going to be Bengals at Bears. All right, so it's the Cats versus the Bears. Brian, who do you got for this one?
Well, judging on how my Bears cannot get to seem that Dalton is not the guy. So I think I'm going to have to go with a baker's dozen of heart attacks on the Bengals.
All right. You're going to go with Cincinnati. Gotcha. Brad, who do you think comes out on this one?
Man, this is a tough game for me to pick, honestly, because I want to roll with the Bears because the defense should, be enough to handle Cincinnati. But on the other hand, Joe Burrow has looked great for the majority of his NFL career. I don't really trust Matt Nagy on offense, I'm gonna go Bengals, man. Give me the Bengals.
All right.
This is all chalk so far to start with.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is where I am going to go against the grain because I think that this is where the Bears kind of break off the rust that they had last week. and I'm going to have them as an upset over Cincinnati. So we're going to go with Chicago. I'm going to go with Chicago on this one here. All right, Brad. Your Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. Who do you got for that one?
Give me the Browns by at least 10.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna go against your team. All right, cool, got it. Brian, what do you think about this one? Texans and Browns.
The honeymoon from last week with Tyrod, with Tyrod Taylor is over. They're gonna come to a screeching halt of reality, and the Browns are gonna take it.
All right, you're gonna give it the Browns, and you know what? I'm going against the grain again. I got my fingers crossed on this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Texans, even though I don't consider them a real football team. One of those fake ones that they just decided to manifest out of nowhere because, we don't like the Oilers. We're not going to keep them here. We're going to send them away. Oh, no, wait, we want football again. Okay, we're going to bring them back, but we're going to name them after the state. Okay, got it.
In their inaugural year, Emmitt Smith and Quincy Carter found out they were plenty real. So I'm out there.
All right, I'm not going to even
that is true.
talk about that. I do remember that. That was really embarrassing.
Cowboys.
Really embarrassing. All right, so next up we got the Los Angeles Rams at Indianapolis Colts. Two dome teams playing each other at noon. Brad, what do you think about this one?
Yeah. Even though this one's at Indianapolis, the Rams are going to be on the road. I think it's going to be the Matt Stafford show. Once again, just like it was this past Sunday night. Sean McVay has this new toy that he's going to design a whole lot of plays for, and until we see otherwise, that Colts offense is not going to be able to keep up. Give me the Rams.
All right, Brad's got the Rams. Brian, who are you going with?
Yeah, in the battle of the recycle bin, I'm going to go ahead and take also Stafford. He looked awesome in week 1, and I look for him to continue the hot streak that he's on right now.
All right, and you know what? This one is going to be unanimous again because I have Stafford on my fantasy team, and I want to believe that he is actually going to go out there and put on a show for us like he did last week. So, all right, unanimous. Los Angeles Rams. All right, next up, Bucking Broncos versus the Jaguars. Who do we got for that one? We got a cold weather team up in the mountains versus the heat here in Florida. What are we looking at, Brad?
I'm going to tell you what, man, it doesn't matter what the weather is. Defense travels no matter where it goes, and Von Miller and that defense are going to walk all over the Jaguars. Doesn't matter if it's in their home stadium. I know that Teddy Bridgewater is, not a top 5 quarterback or anything like that, but based on what we just saw from the Broncos, they're gonna suffocate the Jaguars. If the Texans make the Jaguars look like they just did in week 1, and Trevor Lawrence, buckle the chin strap, buddy, it's gonna be a long day.
Okay, all right. Defense wins, defense travels. Brad's going with Denver. Brian, do you concur, or are you gonna dissent?
I know Jacksonville with the Sunshine State has sunshine playing for them, but I think sunshine is going down.
All right, so
I'm gonna have to go with Denver.
All right, so Brian's going with Denver also. Now, this is where I dissent because I do believe that Trevor Lawrence will have his breakout game this week against the Broncos. That's what I believe. I am going with Jacksonville on this one.
Sunshine.
Hey, Jason, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Do you think 3 passing touchdowns and 330 yards is a breakout performance?
No. I would say 5 touchdowns and 400 yards. That's a breakout performance. I would say that's a breakout performance to me. But then again, I'm just an armchair quarterback.
Wait, I'm right here. I'm right here with you. The reason I was asking is those were Trevor Lawrence's stats against the Houston Texans defense this past week that scored 21 points and got blown out. So I'm just curious.
Well, so am I, but I'm curious in other ways. So,
So five touchdowns is what.
I'm thinking 5 touchdowns by Trevor Lawrence. Yes, by the Golden Boy, Trevor Lawrence. All right. Here's the big one. Buffalo at Miami. I'm actually going to be at that one. So, Brad, who do you think wins against these two teams?
Man, I think this one from the outside looking in is probably going to be a lot closer than some people who favor the Bills might. How I see the Bills pulling this out is I would like to believe their offense should be a little bit better than Tua and Miami. So I will take the Bills on the road over the Dolphins.
All right, Brad's got Buffalo over the Dolphins here in hot Miami, Florida. Brian, what are you going with?
Buffalo makes me want to shout.
Really?
I'm looking Josh Allen to be in bounce back type of mode. Just gonna go out there. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna air it out. It's gonna be Buffalo.
All right, so Brian's going with Buffalo, and this is going to be another one of those rare instances where it is unanimous because I do believe that the Buffalo Bills do triumph over the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I hate that song, and I'm going to hear it if they score. Well, I'll be out there and I'll sip a beer and I will pour just a little bit for you guys.
Do they still play that?
Yeah, they still play that.
Yes,
They still play that. They definitely play that.
That's gonna be the one song from NFL films that survives from the '60s. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll record it if they do, and then we can watch it on Monday's show. All right, so Pats, Jets. Who do we got here in the Battle of the Northeast? Brad.
We know that rookie quarterbacks do not beat Bill Belichick. Like that is a standard across the board. The Patriots.
All right, Brad's going Pats. All right, and what about you, Brian? Who do you think's going to win out of this one?
I got 3 words.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Jets. You got to go with New England.
All right, going with New England on this one. Okay, and I you know what? Yeah, I don't believe in the Jets, Jets. So I am going to go New England as well, as much as it kills me to do so. I'm gonna do it. There, it's done. San Francisco at Philadelphia. Niners, Eagles. Brad, what do we think?
All right, hey, so here's my upset of the week for you right here. I'm taking Philly, and I'm gonna give you just a couple quick reasons why. Number one, they're at home. That Philly crowd welcoming the 49ers from the opposite coast, opposite side of the United States there. And the dominant defensive line performance that we saw from the Eagles. A lot of the NFL games are won in the trenches. I think Jalen Hurts, again, does just enough, runs all over the field, takes a close one from the 49ers. All
right, so Brad's going Philly over Garoppolo and the Niners. Brian, do you concur or dissent?
After a momentary glitch there, as much as it hurts me not to go with Jalen on this one, I'm gonna have to open up my box of rice-a-roni and take San Francisco.
Oh, the San Francisco treat. All right, so you're going with Frisco. All right, you know what? I'm a believer. All right, I'm a believer in rice-a-roni, weird-looking hills, that movie The Rock. I'm gonna go with San Francisco as well. I'm a fan of Garoppolo. I think he can put on another performance. I think they can put up anything close to 41 points again this week. All right. Sin City versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brad, who do we think comes out of this one?
Man, Derek Carr is not going to be as fortunate as he was playing the Ravens the other night. The Steelers are going to get T.J. Watt and Melvin Ingram after him the entire game. Not going to be a fun day for Derek Carr. I'm taking the Steelers at home.
All right. Pittsburgh over Sin City. Brian, what do you think about this one?
There are no amount of Elvis impersonators that can help are in this situation. So I'm also going to take the steel curtain over Viva Las Vegas.
All right. Brian is going to pick
Smooth,
the Steelers over Viva Las Vegas. All right. You know what? I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as well. I really think that what happened last week was kind of a fluke, even though John Gruden is my boy. But got to go with Pittsburgh on this one. They're going to be tough. All right. Next up. All right. Minnesota versus Arizona. What do we think, Brad?
Hey, man, we're thinking that them fighting Kirk Cousinses are about to start out 0-2. That's what we're feeling. The J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, and Marcus Golden Payne train are going to have fun seeing old Kirk Cousins on Sunday. Give me the Cardinals.
All right. You're going to go with the Cards. You got it. Brian, what do you think about this one?
You know, Kyler Murray looked fantastic last week, so I have to go with the tiny little Redbirds over the Purple People Eaters.
All right, you're going Cards as well. All right. You know what? I could definitely say yeah. Why not? Why not Arizona? I mean, pretty good defense. I think I don't think that they're going to stop Minnesota's run game. I'm going to go ahead and go with Minnesota on this one, just to be a little different, just to be a little extra tonight. So if I win that one, I don't know football because I'm going against everything I know, picking them. All right. So next up, all right, it's a rematch of the Falcons versus Brady, and I don't even know if anybody on that is still on that team that was on that Super Bowl when he played them last. Matt Ryan versus Brady. Hey, what do we think of this one? This should be interesting. Maybe, Brad?
It's a divisional game, so divisional games are always usually interesting because they play each other tough. But, the Falcons played them tight last season when Julio Jones was healthy. They don't have Julio anymore. I think they have one solid receiver in Calvin Ridley, and the Buccaneers are at home, and Brady's figured out that offense. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
All right, Brad's going Bucks. Ugh. Brian, what do you think about this matchup?
I love the old folks home because Brady's going to walk out here and shed the walker one more time. Go out there, and he's going to be Brady.
All right.
Bucks.
Yeah, you got Bucks. You know what? I can't go against the grain on this one because I went against it in my last pick. And if I went against Tampa Bay and the way that they played against my Cowboys, yeah, they're definitely going to be in for a world of hurt down in over in Atlanta. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay as well. All right, here's the big one. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, at Los Angeles against the Bolts. Brad, what do you got for this one?
Man, I really like the way the Cowboys started off, but what I really don't like is 4 major contributors not being in this game. They lost to Marcus Lawrence to a foot fracture, Randy Gregory to COVID. That's your 2 best pass rushers right there that are gone. That's going to give Justin Herbert all the time in the world to continue to show that he's going to be a dangerous quarterback in this league. Hate to do it, but Chargers.
All right, Brad's got Bolts. Got it. Brian, what do you think?
You know, I don't know if anyone here believes in the football gods, but it's bad enough that Locke Collins is out, Michael Gallup goes down, and then, as he just mentioned, the defensive line now goes without DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory. But then, after your 2 best defensive linemen go down, Leon Lett, your assistant defensive coach, has an injury during practice, and he goes out, and he's not making the trip. I'm sorry, but Black Hats, Billy Goats, and everything else, it's going to be the Bolts. There's just nothing working for Dallas here this week.
The Cowboys don't have anything going for them this week whatsoever, except my pick, which is gold. There, boom. I'm going Cowboys because I don't go against them unless they really suck. Which may happen sooner rather than later. But we'll see. All right, so We got the Titans at the Seahawks. Ooh, I'm liking this matchup. Brad, what do you think?
And man, this should be a fun game. We'll see if that Tennessee offense has the ability to bounce back here. But I like Russell Wilson at home. The 12th man is going to be back for the first time in 2 seasons. That crowd is going to be going bananas. That stadium might register another beastquake. Like Marshawn Lynch is running the rock again. Give me the Seahawks.
All right, you got Seahawks. They were impressive last week. Absolutely impressive. And it is hard to play in that stadium. Brian, what do you think?
Now, I will say that their defense is not what it was. It is Legion of Boom in name only now. But given Wilson, Metcalf, Carson, it's going to be too much for Tennessee. Seattle.
All right. Brian's got Seattle. I think Tennessee bounces back. I think they laid an egg last week. I think they're going to make the adjustments, and I think it's going to be a really good game. I think Tennessee squeaks away with this win this week. So, being the devil's advocate as I am, I'm going against the grain and going to go with the Titans. All right. Next up, Kansas City at Baltimore. Now, this should be good, too. I am really interested to see what kind of adjustments Kansas City makes after almost losing to the Browns. Brad, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I think at a full-strength Ravens team from last year, this is a fun game. It looks like the health of the past seasons that the Ravens have been fortunate enough to have is going the complete opposite direction. So Ronnie Stanley, their star left tackle, is not playing in this game. They're taking Alejandro Villanueva, who's predominantly a left tackle his entire career. Played him at right tackle last weekend, gave up a couple sacks, ultimately cost him the game. Now he's going back to left tackle, and they got a backup at right tackle. Those kind of things do not give me any warm and fuzzy that Chris Jones and whoever else over there on that Kansas City Chiefs defensive line. You notice my picks here have a lot to do with what goes on in front of the quarterback and on the defensive line. So I'm taking the Chiefs by probably at least 10.
All right. Chiefs go over the Baltimore Ravens, according to Brad. Brian, do you concur or dissent?
You know, I'm staying practically chalk here. I mean, if there's one thing that kind of just never impresses me is a team that just lets the game they had in hand go. They had Las Vegas on the rope. They had that game, and they let it go. So I don't think that if they allow Kansas City to hang around, that it's going to go well for them. So Kansas City.
All right, Brian's got Kansas City as well. And you know what? I just can't go against Mahomes and the way that he plays. He's healthier now. He was not when he played in the Super Bowl earlier this year, and seeing him move in the pocket and outside the pocket the way he shouldn't have had to so much, but it's really hard to bet against him. So I'm going to go with KC on this one as well. So that's it for the Sunday games. So Monday night matchup. This is, oh God, I mean, just the way Green Bay played. I mean, what was it? Rodgers had a 32 QBR. You get a 35 just for throwing the ball into the dirt every single snap. Oh God, this is tough, Brad. What do you think? Is this an easy one to call?
Yeah, man. For me, it is. If anybody out there watches the Pat McAfee show, you know that Aaron Rodgers blamed one of his interceptions on a double cut shot that he took right before he threw the ball. So there was a little bit of pain going on in a couple of those throws, but I think he got the mad Aaron Rodgers at home at Lambeau Field. He doesn't lose to the Lions, especially at home. You got Jared Goff over there now. He's not scaring anybody. Rodgers.
Nope, they don't have Stafford anymore. They don't have one of the NFL elites. So, all right, Brad goes Green Bay. Brian, what do you think?
I mean, if Detroit wants to play this strategy that they just want to score all their points in the fourth quarter, I don't think that's going to be a good roadmap to winning football. So, I'm gonna go discount double check over the Motor City.
All right, discount double check. Hey, Rodgers, discount double check. All right, you're gonna go cheeseheads on this one. And you know what, guys, I can't go against this one either because you can't bet against Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau. You just can't, especially against a depleted Lions team. I'm going to go Green Bay also on this one. This one's really just kind of easy to pick for me. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. Now, we have all of our picks in. All right. What we'll do on Monday is, after all the games are done on Sunday, I'll go down, I'll tally up all the points, and we'll see who won this week. We'll keep the yellow ones down here where it says season totals. We'll keep that one running throughout the season. So week 1 was zilch for us because we didn't do that. So we'll see who wins at the end of the season, and we'll see who eats crow. It's probably going to be me because I pick emotionally. I don't pick, with strategy. So that's just how I go. But that was great. This is good. I'm excited about this week. There's a lot going on. There's some good college football. There's some great football games. Even though the Cowboys may not come away with this one alive, they may not leave California as well as Gavin Newsom is doing over there, then all these other games is gonna be really fun for me to watch, and we'll see who wins next week. You guys got anything else before we say goodnight and watch some Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, just a couple little quick nerdy bits from me. So me, I'm the guy who's watching every single detail. So if you watch the first episode that we did 2 weeks ago, I stated last year that the road teams won more games than the home teams did of all last season, right? Everybody remembers that if you got a chance to watch us.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting fact for you, last week we got 16 total games per week as long as there's no bye weeks. So just took a look. Last week, 8 road teams won. That's 50%, right? We all would agree there. So I'm looking at the games that I just picked. I picked 50% of the road teams to win in week 2. So we'll see if how long that logic holds up, or we start to turn the tide back to the home teams, getting an upset or two and winning more ball games.
And let's not forget that the only home field advantage that mattered last year was the Super Bowl, which Tampa Bay had. So
first team ever to do it.
First team ever to do it. Brian, you got any parting words for this upcoming week?
Just remember that no matter how many picks you make, the picks you take.
I use that for some other bodily function that I do. So all right, so everybody, please check out Brad's corner of the cheap seats. He has a nice little piece in there. It's about 50 minutes long, but it's really good information. So go ahead and check it out when you get a chance. It's on the YouTube page. It's on the Facebook page. This will be posted everywhere as well. So guys, we'll check you out Monday night. All right, we'll go back on again during the Monday night game. We'll talk about that a little bit, and we'll see who ultimately won of this. All right.
Sounds good, man. You guys have a great evening.
All right, everybody have a great evening. And you just saw the Cheap Seats Armchair Quarterbacks. Have a good night.